just here, you can see I have two images I've just taken this morning. So one just of the patio doors and one of my helper lying on a stool. I'm going to open both of those images in Photoshop. So you can see I've got one tab with one image on, one tab with the other image on. I'm going to place this image, the one where I want to erase some content, on top of the other image. I can either do this by pressing select, all, edit, copy, and then edit paste, or I can just use my move tool to move it into position. Just make it a little bit smaller so we can see. Okay, and now you can see just down here I've got both images, one on top of the other. There you go, just like that. Now then, I could at this point use my eraser tool and simply erase. Oops, would help if I put my opacity all the way up. I could start to erase the stool. Okay, and you can see what I've effectively done is rubbed out part of that top layer, like cutting a hole in a piece of paper, and what that reveals is the piece of paper beneath it or the image beneath it. My only problem here is if I accidentally go too far, I'm very limited in terms of correcting that. If I notice it straight away, I can go edit, undo. But if I was to do something which I didn't really notice for a while, and then I carried on, and then only later I realised I'd done something, I might not have the capacity to do edit, undo that many times, and I also might not want to do it that many times. So in actual fact, rather than, oops, let me just go back to where we started. So rather than use my eraser tool, I'd be much easier to use my mask tool, which is the tool just down at the bottom down here. Looks like a sort of square polar mint. And you'll see when I click on it, it adds a white box to that top layer. This box is a mask, which means we can either see or we can't see. It's on or off. White means we can see. So as long as this box is white, I can see the image that I've placed there. If white means I can see, then it would stand to reason that black means I can't see. So if I get my paintbrush now, if I select black, anywhere I paint black, you will see it's like erasing what I need to get rid of. I'm not going to do it very neatly for the moment. Okay, and you'll notice over here on my mask, you can see where it's black, it's been erased. Now, unlike erasing, I've got some freedom of movement here. So if I accidentally go too far, I've painted too much black on, it's very easy to fix. I just go to white and I just paint white back on, and I can actually undo what I've just done. So it's less destructive than the eraser tool. And for that reason, I would always use the mask tool. Make sure when you're on the mask tool that your little selection box here is actually on the mask and not on the actual image, because if it's on the image, you will physically be painting onto the image. So you must make sure that you're on the actual mask. And then eventually, what you end up with is hopefully an image like this.